Boom, ever onward tribe. 1 month late, June, now into August, Commander's Coffee. I'll first and foremost say I'm sorry I dropped the loop in June. Summer is really a time where I try and shut down the gears and spend time with family and take a wrap off and really immerse myself in that time, although it's not a great excuse for not getting you a Commander's Coffee. So I'm going to pass this one and I'll try and do another one in August before things close down so we make up the gap of June. This Commander's Coffee, I want to talk about faith. I'm not talking about religious faith in this passage, although that'd be a great topic for another coffee or a conversation and something I'm always willing to talk about. But this one comes kind of out of my experience. I've mentioned this several times, but even though we did a tremendous amount of hand-to-hand fighting and combatives and combat preparation, the SEAL teams, we didn't really do a lot of very focused, martial arts. There just was only so much time to pack in all the things we needed to do. There's obviously a bunch of SEALs, famous SEALs, that are very, very high end in the jiu-jitsu game. I am not one of those because I started that journey just shy of about 2 years ago, and it has been an absolutely incredible and cruel tutelage. I've rarely had this much trouble with something. I think got very lucky in coordination and team sport understanding to where I sort of always knew how to play a game, whether it's shooting a ball or throwing a football, and much more so understanding the skills and systems and methods to perform at a high level. It's always been very, very easy for me. I worked hard as well, but it was just something that came very, very naturally to me. Jiu-jitsu has been less natural and less ease of progression than almost anything I've ever done. And it's, I feel like it's an obstacle that's been put in my way and I'm just going to keep grinding. But in my mind, it's really taking faith to somewhat carry on. And so I want to share just an anecdote from my time doing it in a conversation. One of my primary training partners is my neighbor. We've become very, very close friends. We hunt together, spend a lot of time, and he's just really become one of my all-time favorites. I'm a voracious reader, as you know, as is he. He might grind more books than I do. He's a very well-read man. But I remember we always are talking about what we're reading and sharing stories. Another day before training in the morning, before we got on the mat to start training, he said, and I'm sad I can't remember the name of the book. Somebody in the comments will be like, oh, I bet it's this. But he was talking about how he was reading a book where the author, the research was talking about the idea of goals and in some ways their lack of utility compared to systems to get to the end state you want. He sort of highlighted that goals are kind of useless. I mean, yes, you got to put something out there as a marker that you want to achieve, but a goal in and of itself doesn't get you anywhere. It is the processes, it is the systems you use to achieve that goal. So if you're like, hey, my goal is to lose weight, the goal of losing weight does you no good. Intermittent fasting might do you good, or some specific diet. Hey, my goal is to become a black belt in jiu-jitsu, which certainly would be a goal. That doesn't do me any good to get there. It is showing up every day, day in, day out, suffering, failing, unbelievable amounts of failing to get to where you want to get. I think I'm just sitting in a place right now as I try and progress through this where I am frustrated more than I've almost ever been when it comes to trying to achieve what I want to achieve. And it would be very easy to throw in the towel. I don't think anybody would blame you if you throw in the towel on some hard things. What you know is once you throw in the towel, you're never going to get where you want to go. That's just a done deal. You quit, you're done. You're never going to achieve what you want. Doesn't mean if you stay, you're going to get what you want. Doesn't mean you're going to arrive exactly where you wanted to arrive, but you'll definitely get further. That's for sure. So at this point, my faith is in the process. My faith is in getting up every morning at 5 when I get up to walk over to this place where I can train and basically get abused for an hour and a half to progress and get better and suffer. Look, if all I do is suffer, I personally believe that's a path towards excellence. It makes you tough and hard and gives you guts to when hard things come, you can handle them. But it really is faith in the process that I know is going to get me to where I want to get. So whatever you're searching for, whatever you're seeking and pursuing, have faith. Ever onward.